We are here with the fabulous, fabulous Ruta Lee, one of my idols. And you have had an amazing career. Amazing career. Starting at 16 was your first movie, 16.
Yes.
Tell us how you got started.
Well, my first actual job that I got paid for, other than working forever in little theater, you know, all through high school, was on the Burns and Allen show. I don't know if anybody remembers that. The wonderful George Burns and Gracie Allen. And I had been working in a little theater, and one of the associate producers on that show was seeing me there, and he had me come in and read, and I got the job. And I did a couple of those shows, which was a nice beginning. But my first movie, which of course just strikes the greatest chord in my heart, the Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, one of the greatest musicals ever made. Thank you, God. I was just still closing out of high school when I got that job.
Wow.
And wow, what a treat to work with some of the best dancers in America.
Absolutely.
And of course, Jane Powell and Howard Keel.
Were you intimidated at the age of 16 working with these kind of people?
No, I was too young and too stupid.
To know, yeah.
You know, let's face it.
Yeah.
You just sort of roll in and say, hey, why not? When you're young, you kick up your heels and go. I did get a tiny bit intimidated when every morning Michael Kidd was the choreographer, only the best. And he would have a bar. A B-A-R-R-E. He also had the bar the other way. But we had a class every morning, a ballet class, you know. Even though it was folksy dancing, it was ballet based. And I would watch some of the best dancers in America, from the ABT and from the Royal Ballet and whatnot, all working, and I'd say, oh my God, what am I doing here? I can't do what they're doing. But I learned something on that show right away, and that is that whether you're a singer or you're a dancer, you don't have to be the best. You just have to sell it like the best. I think you probably know that as an actress.
And be the best you can be.
Be the best you know how, but just let your audience know you're having so much fun doing this that they're not going to worry about all your feet doing the things that they're supposed to do, or is your voice as brilliant as it's supposed to be. If you can sell that you're having a very good time doing it, it works. And I discovered that I came off dancing just as well as the rest of them, even though I was a novice, you know, compared to those professionals. But boy, what an experience that was.
Now, you were born in Canada?
Montreal.
And were your parents supportive of you becoming a performer?
Sure. My mother thought that I was Lithuania's answer to Shirley Temple.
Okay.
You know, she didn't know about theater. She didn't know about drama. She didn't know about anything. But she saw Shirley Temple, and obviously I was a precocious child, and so she thought I should, you know, do something. She put me in kindergarten, and thank you, Mrs. Jackson. I owe my whole career to my kindergarten teacher, because she said to my mother, I have 25 children here. Your daughter is different. Give your daughter lessons. Give her music lessons. Give her dancing lessons. Give her lessons so that she'll try things and know. And so my mother did. And, you know, I just say thank you.
You took to it,
I took to it, but you know, from the time I was a child to this very day, I hate rehearsal.
Really?
I love performing, but I hate rehearsal.
Really? Interesting.
Isn't that something? And so I didn't like practicing the piano. I didn't like practicing, you know, whatever.
Get out there and do a show.
I used to do acrobatics, and so I might be up in my room with a comic book banging my feet on the floor so my mother would think I was doing my somersaults.
Yeah. So after Seven Brides, did you start doing movies right after?
No, nothing comes that easy.
Okay.
Nothing comes that easy. Lots of television, you know, it came along. And yes, there were movies. I mean, I did at least one a year, you know. But lots and lots of television. That was the part that was really nice. And I really loved, I mean, I loved the movies, but I loved television because, you know what it was, Bonnie? I made friends on television rather than fans. You know,
It's more personal, right?
yeah, I guess because people watched me in their kitchen,
In their living room.
or in their living room, or in their den, or maybe through their toes at night, you know, on the late shows. And people got to know Ruta and didn't think of her as the character that I played, but as Ruta. And the game shows had a great deal
You
to
did
do
Hollywood
with that.
Squares quite a bit,
I was
didn't
a
you?
regular
Yeah,
on Hollywood
yeah, I
Squares,
remember-
which
I
was
remember watching
really nice.
Yeah.
And what was really nice, because you know that when you're out doing a play, as you have certainly done all of your life, people come backstage, and people would come back and not go, "Oh, Miss Lee, can I have your autograph?" People come backstage and say, "Hey, Ruta Lee, we're
Yeah.
going to have people over for dinner on Friday.
Stop by.
Can you come
Yeah,
by?
yeah.
Come have dinner with
Yeah.
us." Because they thought I was a friend.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is an awfully nice thing.
Sure. Ruta Lee, you are such a joy, and thank you so much for being part of Palm Springs. And I'm so glad I got to meet you on my radio show, and then I get to talk to you now. You're the best. Thank you.
You are also, beyond being a beautiful and wonderful and articulate hostess, you are also one hell of a good actress and a great comedian. And it's easier to be a good actor than it is to be a good comedian.
You're so sweet.
And I salute you. I've seen you work, and boy, consider your fanny kissed.
Thank you so
And
much.
your audience,
Thank
too.
you.